Going over to the political part podcast, Zelenskyy now perhaps proposing a ceasefire after speaking with Trump. Yeah, wonder why. Now, this is, interestingly enough, brought to us thanks to John Rich, other than the good old X Twitter. And he's responding to Election Wizard and says, breaking, Zelenskyy suddenly ready for a ceasefire in Ukraine, reports build. John Rich is saying, quote, interesting that right after Zelenskyy met with real Donald Trump, or hashtag real Donald Trump, he's wanting to talk ceasefire. Who knows? He knows who's in charge. Yep. Now, this didn't go as viral as I thought it should. It got about right shy of 150,000 views and 10,000 likes, which, yeah, I'm pretty sure Trump's. Oh, Trump, what would he say? Yes, I will attempt that. I will attempt, perhaps a futile attempt, but I will attempt his accent. Zelenskyy, the money's done. You're giving $200 billion for what? Going to your pensions and your fancy places and all the money laundering. No more washing machines. No more money. Gonna stop. The killing will stop. Something to that effect, I'm sure. Because, yeah, when we look at which country's propping up the Ukraine the most, yeah, the single largest contributor to that is the U.S. government and our tax dollars. Which, yes, it is a combination of cash as well, in addition to U.S. resources like physical, military hardware and some humanitarian stuff, apparently. But yeah, nearly $200 billion just, going overseas. The hurricane victims, we'll give you pennies if there's anything left over in the U.S. Ridiculous. And same with our southern border. We only have and I forget Democrats said, oh yeah, we can't spend $12 billion on a wall in southern border. It's too much money. $12 billion is too much, but $200 billion is just fine. And don't get me wrong, Republicans are also voting to send money overseas. I understand as well. But yeah, if everyone ever brings up that argument again, don't let that stand. Yeah, I can't but think Trump said, yeah. Seriously, again, they told Zelenskyy not to settle. What was it, like a year ago? U.S. government sent their little British lackey over there and said, hey, don't accept a ceasefire. You can't keep fighting. So lots of young men died because U.S. told Britain to tell them not to stop. Disgusting. And yeah, I can't think Trump said, hey, you got all this money. Well, considering we're the largest contributor to your defense, or rather your offense, yeah, that stops now. So there's going to be some compromises, but the war's going to stop. And yeah, once you stop fueling the war, it's pretty easy for it to patter out. Again, I can't but think if you look at whole situation, most people, I think most want it to stop. So hopefully it does soon. Now, some of the top comments here coming from Gunther Eagleman says, quote, he found out Kamala Harris's internal polling numbers, LL, getting 215 likes. You have, let's see here. Tom HB says, interesting that you didn't know Zelenskyy had ceasefire plans back in early September, but they are contingent on America supporting Ukraine. Joe Biden will win, and Ukraine will win, and they will join NATO. No. Got 9 likes, but John Rich responds saying, says the warmonger, I bet you support Nikki Haley, getting 33 likes. Yep. Krista says, laundromat is closed, getting 34 likes. Yeah. Again, it's funny, even CNN and Washington Post, like most major publications, left and right, I mean, prior to this whole conflict, they said consistently for decades, Ukraine is one of the most corrupt, useless countries on the planet. Well, not useless to the U.S. We're not even the top 10 trading partners when you look at who does business with them on a global scale. But yeah, it is one of those corrupt areas. And don't forget, our tax dollars are paying to help support small businesses and their government pensions to Ukraine, when people in America are suffering left and right. That's ridiculous. You also have the evil Texan saying, quote, the money train's drying up and he knows it. He's about to find out that he's not needed anymore, getting 34 likes. Let's see here. David D says, hey, silly people, Biden has been using the drawn-down authorization from Congress to send gear to Ukraine. It's old gear we can normally sell or donate to people. It's not cash, and no, it can't be used in hurricane. It's a combination. We're selling them military gear and cash. And by selling them old military gear, again, U.S., we want stockpiles of gear. One of the biggest takeaways or lessons learned from a war business perspective after World War II was we decided that we would rather have more gear than not need it than to not need it. And then when war happens, inevitably, you're a trade-off. You're going to have to ramp up for war, and people will pass. More people, the theory is, more people will die because we're not prepared. We don't have the resources up. So that's why you always have a stockpile. So by giving them old stockpile, we'll have to replenish it. You could argue that's good for the defense contractors because that's new sales news for them. So you could also argue, is that really growing the economy? You're just moving money around. When you sell to other countries, I would argue then the defense industry can definitely contribute to the growth of the GDP in the United States because you're adding new money to the equation. But another topic for another time, perhaps. I got 20 likes, though. Going down more and more. You have Still Living in the Woods saying, so thousands of Ukrainian and Russian men died just so they can give Eastern Ukraine to Russia away. This only suggests to me that it's not really about land to begin with. I wonder how much of this was all the fault of crooks in DC. Getting 7 likes and, yeah, a lot of crooks in DC. Left and right, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of them. Which is why I really hope if Trump gets elected, it actually will drain the swamp. Also, you need to get people more active politically, so actually vote people out of office when they do a terrible job or don't represent the things you want. Going down more and more. Let's see. Taps to pause says Zelenskyy knows what's up. It's buying, signing something. Zelensky's just looking at the sky, getting 9 likes. Seeker Truth 24 says vote for Trump for peace. It got 3 likes, which, yeah, he had some bombastic tweets. It was the first time in my life he didn't have any new wars, which is pretty. I mean, that's unprecedented. So yeah, I can't but think. Yeah, as soon as if Trump does win, I mean, that's just going to be day one. Zelenskyy, you are cut off. We're not sending any more tax dollars there. Inevitably, that'll stop fueling the war because, again, look at who's giving them the most. Europe's helping out a little bit, not as much. But yeah, it's a pretty big incentive mechanism for Zelenskyy to stop. But let me know in the comments, do you think this will actually go through? Do you think, I mean, again, by the time this video is rendered and uploaded, maybe those will already be peace. I hope so. I really hope this is an outdated video in that regard. Because obviously, peace is better for everyone, and I hope it gets to that point. But let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. Do you think you're optimistic it'll go through or a little pessimistic? Let me know because, as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, try to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know I can make sure better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.